Welcome back to Speedway. Beautiful night of racing here in Superior, Wisconsin. As we look on the Super Stocks, they're going to get right to work. No need for parade lap here. Heat number 1, 3 heats in all tonight.
Woo! 3 wide. We got some new cars out on the track tonight.
Looked like the 16 of Derek Vessel got turned around a bit, but he'll catch up. And that was as close to a caution flag as I think as we've had to not having one. And these guys, though, go by with 7 laps remaining.
Settle down, you guys. Settle down.
Certainly excited to be out here. You mentioned a bunch of new guys out here. Even in this heat, Derek Vessel, we haven't seen yet from Hibbing, along with Michael Zadny out of Aurora.
It's always fun when they bring us new and exciting names to try and pronounce.
Only in northern Minnesota, I've come to find out. Leading right now, the Willie Johnson Jr. with 6 laps to go here, the first heat of the Super Stocks.
Willie Johnson Jr. almost got into, and we got the 70 car around in turn number 2. That's our new guy, Michael Zadny out of Aurora, Minnesota. I was just going to mention, though, Willie Johnson Jr. almost got in that skirmish in turns 1 and 2 on lap 1.
He came in as second last week, so that would have been an early hiccup for last week's runner-up in the feature race here.
Kind of a no harm, no foul situation as the 70 car gets corrected, pointed the right direction. Must have had a GPS malfunction. Recalculating route.
You've all heard it at home, I know you have. As we wait for these guys to get bunched up once again. We've got 6 laps left here on the first heat of the Super Stocks, and as we wait for that, we might as well bring you through the rundown. Starting in row number 1, the number 54 car of Dan Johansson from Carlton, Minnesota. Next to the 21F, Nick Oreskevich from Mason, Wisconsin.
Your current leader in row number started from row number 2, the 18 car of Willie Johnson Jr., alongside the 13 of Patrick Heikkinen out of Eveleth.
And Derek Vessel, the 16 car, started in row number 3. And next to him, Kevin Burdick in the 30 car, who's now in the 4th spot from Proctor. And finally, the 70 of Michael Zadny, as we saw who went around there as these guys get started once again.
Willie Johnson holding on to that lead so far. 5 laps to go this time by. Ooh, a little beating and banging through turn 4 there for the 30 car of Kevin Burdick.
And 3 wide, Chad, again around that first turn.
Whoa!
Hang on, folks.
Woo! That was exciting. The drivers never like to be pointed at.
Guys even driving it. A good effort by the 30 car of Kevin Burdick to try and avoid the whole thing.
Yeah, they were just 3 wide and not enough room on the track over there.
Something's got to give, and that certainly did. Another caution flag as we take a look at exactly what got us here.
Three wide, just beating and banging through turns 1 and 2, and it looks like Kevin Burdick and Don Johansson just kind of got hooked up and hooked together like they had magnets between the cars.
That was one of the more exciting turns I think I've seen. Just single turns here. Those guys were hanging on for dear life and a great effort in doing so, but we'll get another caution flag. There's 5 laps here left on the scoreboard. Heat number 1, we're still in that first heat of the Super Stocks here at Amsoil Speedway. Gorgeous night. It finally feels like summer has maybe arrived in the Northland. Maybe.
Maybe. Never trust a Twin Ports day of weather any day.
No, we could get snow any day. For tonight, though, we'll watch some racing action. The green flag here, heat number 1 in the Super Stocks. Willie Johnson Jr. trying to jump out to that first spot once again after the second caution flag of this heat.
And Kevin Burdick, who was involved in that melee in the 3rd spot right now, really hugging that low line, trying to get underneath the 13 of Patrick Heikkinen.
Johnson Jr. out in front, followed by the 13 car of Heikkinen, as Chad mentioned. Then a battle for 3rd there between the number 21 car of Nick Oreskevich and the number 30 car of Kevin Burdick.
By the way, that 21 and that 30 car are racing right now, I don't think there's any love lost between the two of them. They're going at it pretty hard. 3 laps to go.
Hard to know. It's a prelim. You wouldn't know by watching those two battle it out.
No, it looks like a grudge race out there, folks. The battle for third, the 21F of Nick Oreskovich and the 30 car of Kevin Burdick out of Proctor.
I just hope they make it to the feature because that'd be just as exciting then later on tonight. Willie Johnson Jr. in cruise control, followed by Heikkinen there. And as Chad mentioned, the battle for third, the one to keep your eye on. Right behind them, the 16 car of Derek Vessel as these guys go with just 2 laps left on heat number 1 of the Superstocks.
I think Willie Joe has it pretty much all locked up right now. He's about 5 car lengths on the 13 of Patrick Heikkinen. Still battling it out, though, that 21 and that 30. Don't know how hard they're going to want to drive in through 3 and 4, though. That's that calamity corner.
Probably not worth it for one spot.
Nope.
Not here in the prelim. And Willie Johnson Jr., he'll take the checkered flag, followed by the 13 of Heikkinen. And then that third spot was number 21, Karo Oskevich, who just edged out Burdick. But certainly keep an eye on them
Look at them as they go side by side down the backstretch. They're having some words, the 30 car and the 21. Nick and Kevin, I don't think, are getting along too well tonight. I don't think they'll be sharing any post-race beverages at the moment.